What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to another Park Series episode of The Hollow here in Planet Coaster 2. Now, obviously, the last time we were on here, we built our first roller coaster, and it goes upside down once, and, you know, it's fairly smooth and whatnot. Now, it's been a while since our last episode, and obviously we're not having a long episode today because today's episode is, how do I say this? Pretty much next week, on Saturday, as of this recording, on Saturday, what day is that? June 20th, I think? Let me look, guys, okay? Because these videos, if you don't know, are completely unscripted. They're completely like what comes to my mind. So on June 21st, I leave for Tennessee. And of course, that means I'm going to Dollywood. And I'm going to ride a mountain coaster. But if you guys live in the Tennessee area and you go to Dollywood frequently, if you want to go to Dollywood anywhere between Monday and through Friday, you might see me. I don't know the exact dates that we're going into Dollywood, but you might see me at Dollywood if you go those days. So if you see me, you can say hello. I'm sure some of you guys know what I look like, especially if you've been watching the channel for a longer time. Today's park video is really, last time we built our coaster and the park is not very littered with trees. I think we're going to make that change in the next episode or the episode after when I get back. We're going to put some foliage throughout the park and all that. But, obviously last time we were here, we did build our new roller coaster. And I think for our next episode, not this one, but the episode after, we are going to build another roller coaster. Because I've really been enjoying I really enjoyed building this coaster in the last video. It was like a 40-minute long video almost, I think. And you guys, 280 or 268 of you guys viewed it, and it gave me like 8.2 watch hours, which it's not bad. You guys clearly showed me on that video specifically, because the first video, all we were doing, we were just starting the park, we were building some flats. But, this is when it gets interesting, because now we're consistently going to keep upgrading our park the more and more we go on. And, of course, we're going to do a few flat rides, and I might tell you exactly what our next coaster type is gonna be for this park. I think you guys will love it, but I don't know if I'll love it because it's not gonna be a fun coaster type to build. I think you guys will love it though. I've loved it when I've built it in the previous Planet Coaster. We're talking about the inverted coaster, B&M inverts, or we could even do an SLC, but that's what it's going to be. It's going to be some sort of inverted coaster. It could be flying, it could be a B&M invert, it could be a SLC. We have a lot of time to fill in this park, and I'm giving myself till December 31st to work on this park, which isn't too much longer from now, especially, but you guys, you're going to be watching with me, and I might extend that since I've not been able to do a lot, and I'm going to be going to Kentucky Kingdom possibly for Christmas this year, not like on Christmas obviously, but around the Christmas holiday season. So yeah, but with all that out of the way, with like that 5 minutes taken up by me blabbering on about life, I guess, we're gonna so the last time we started building, I had all my park open, and then I was like, we're just stuff testing. So that's what we're gonna do. Everything's gonna be in a testing mode. Because our park's obviously not open, because our park wouldn't have the ability to be open with 5 rides, and it would not be very popular with 5 rides. So I do want to build a water ride in this park, and the last log flume I built wasn't great, and that was in Planet Co 1. I'm not a big log flume guy in Planet Coaster. In real life, I've actually only rode like 1 log flume, and that was Splash Mountain, or now known as Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So it's been a minute to me since I've been on a log flume. Because the last time I rode it, it was still Splash Mountain, so it's been a while. Obviously, I do know the coaster types that are popular in this game, and one of them does seem to be, well, the Dodgems are pretty good for popularity reasons. And I know some people don't like it when people put like this stuff right on the pathway, but oh wait, that's the entrance. Oops. Hold up. We have to switch that around. No, move entrance. Move entrance. But I know some people don't like it when people in this game, what's the word? When people build their rides right against the pathway. But you have to realize I'm not trying to make this the greatest park ever. I mean, I kind of am. But I'm trying to make this park an interesting park, something out of the normal or ordinary. So we're gonna have a Dodgems or Dodgem, and I didn't build this queue very big like I have for my other major flat ride, mainly because, well, Dodgems are not the lowest capacity ride. They're not the highest capacity ride. But what I've learned is that, you know, I didn't know this when I first started playing this game, and I actually forgot about this feature. But if your queue is full, the guests will create a line outside of it to a certain length, I think. So I don't think we'll have to do that with this or this, because this has a huge queue for our first coaster, Tree Finder. But you know, we're gonna put not a flat right here. We're not putting a flat right here. What we're gonna do is, I'm not trying to heavily theme stuff, because I can't theme worth a crap, and I know that will make some of you guys mad, but the fact is that, number one, it's my park. I can do whatever I want. And number two, you know, I love Planet Coaster, and I don't understand the people who hate on this game, Planet Coaster 2, when you wanted this game. I wanted this game so much. I've been really just into this game since the moment they announced that it was coming out. I knew it was going to come out. One of my, I don't know if I say friends, but one of the people I talked to, JLW Games, I've talked to him a few times in his Discord server. You know, he was the big Planet Coaster 2 hype train man, because he's probably, honestly, right now, other than Channel 5 Gaming, probably the biggest Planet Coaster YouTuber. And that means a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to me because I've loved this franchise since I saw my first video of Planet Coaster 2, which was about, trying to think when that was now. It was probably I can't remember who the content creator was who I watched for the first Planet Coaster 2 or Planet Coaster video I watched. But it might have been Ollie43 or whatever his name is. It might have been Ollie. Ollie's a great Planet Coaster. We have a lot of great coaster game community. Like our gaming part of the coaster industry is so big, guys. It's so big. And people take it for granted because they're like, oh, well, this park isn't this greatest. No park is going to be the greatest park ever. No park is going to do better. Like, no, everybody has a different style of building. And everybody has a different part of building they like. For instance, I like building the coasters, flat rides, queues, and stations occasionally, but yeah, I don't like theming. In my opinion, if I were to, be a theme park, like, what are those called? Like architects or maintenance, I would probably be one of those who just, I'd be plain about it. If I was at a corporate level, I'd be plain about it, or I'd try not to be plain. I'd give them an idea, but I wouldn't think of the theming myself because, as a coaster enthusiast myself, and I've been to Kings Island over 50 times in my lifetime, I've realized that, just because something's not themed right doesn't mean, something's not great. Like, for instance, I love Kings Island. I can't hate Kings Island for anything. I think Kings Island, obviously biased opinion coming, I think Kings Island's the best Cedar Fair park, and it's the only one I've been to, but I am going to Cedar Point. I think the date changed, but I'm not going to say yet until we get closer. But, yeah, Cedar Point is July, not August. Oh well. Fastlane Plus, of course, because you need that. You really do need Fastlane Plus. And, I was thinking, if you don't like theme parks, which reasonable if you don't, like, I personally don't hate them. I love them. I love theme parks, obviously. That's the aim of the game, is that if you don't like a place, especially like a park, for instance, I don't like every park I've been to. We all have our own opinions. I think Universal Studios is better than Walt Disney World for most of their stuff. Mainly Coaster Collection, their theming's usually a little bit better. The rides are better for the most part, like their dark rides and such. I just love Disney because I love both. They're both very close for me, but I get to go to Epic Universe next year, like Memorial Day weekend, I think. And on top of that, I'm gonna get to go to Epic Universe. I'm gonna get to go to the parks I visited last year in March, Iowa and Universal Florida, and I'll get to visit those in a non-school group. So I probably will enjoy those a little better because my family knows how to do theme parks. If my school group is watching this, you guys did great. I just don't think that we got the most done because we had that itinerary, which I'm not hating on any part of it. I loved that trip. But, when it all comes down, I think it could have been, I think we could have, like, obviously I'm going to have complaints about, like, what I do. Number one, I'm a complainer for the most part. I don't love complaining. I should say I love complaining, but I mean, if you're asking me, I loved Iowa. I think Iowa, Islands of Adventure, is clearly the best park in the resort because you get those insane. You have the best thrill rides and possibly all of Orlando. And then on top of that, you get the great theming that a Universal Park has. And plus, you get the decent, I'm not going to say amazing food because that would be lying for Universal because their food is very lacking in my opinion. and I think my dad would agree with me, is that the food is very lacking at Islands of Adventure. But I also ate at quick service, so I never got to eat at a sit down. So I might I might like the other restaurants better. But I don't hate Universal. I don't like their food. I think Disney's food. I think Kings Island's food. I think most theme park foods are better than Universal's. Especially Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Man, you're great park. Jeffrey, I don't think you're watching this, but if you are watching this, Jeffrey Siebert, your park is amazing. I love your park. I love what you've done with it. Obviously, you're not the direct park president for that park, but you're the regional manager for Texas, Mexico, and Oklahoma. But the parks that you're under control of, make them as good as Fiesta. If every Six Flags park turns into a amazingly ran park like Fiesta Texas, I think Six Flags could be the best theme park chain. Because the Cedar Fair parks are already pretty good, except for like maybe one or two of them. But the Six Flags parks after Fiesta and probably Great America and maybe Great Adventure, you drop out of that list, and it's just not the greatest quality. So Jeffrey, I hope you get to a corporate level eventually, Jeffrey. I mean, I think park president might be corporate, but it's park still. Get corporate. If you became the next CEO of the chain, I think you'd be the best CEO possible for the chain. And I love Richard Zimmerman. I really do love Richard Zimmerman. But if he wants this chain to succeed, he needs to stop removing rides without proper announcement, because that's what's killing this chain right now. And employee morale's down insanely. And I understand it. You have to cut costs somehow in a big chain like we are in. But the way you're doing it right now, Richard, is unacceptable. So if you're watching this, Jeffrey, I doubt you are, but if you are watching this, Jeffrey, we love you. You're a great park president. We hope you continue to rule over Six Flags for the next 10 years until you retire, actually, or whatever your decision is. But yeah, we added 3 flat rides. Next episode, we will add about one. We're gonna add a coaster, okay, and we're adding a coaster and whatnot. But if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. I get it. I did a lot of yabbering. I did more yabbering than I did like building stuff. But I think the next episode will really focus on foliage. I don't even know if we'll build the coaster because I want to have time to build it instead of feeling rushed before I go to Tennessee. If you guys watched till the very end of this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What is your favorite part about this park so far? I get there's not a lot to say. The coaster is probably my favorite part right now, but I'm a big coaster fan, obviously. So if you guys enjoyed, like I said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with that bell. Turn on that bell. We're at 1,121 subscribers or something like that. Become our 122nd. Or, whoa, sounds wrong. 1,122nd. Anyways, did I even say that? 122nd. Yes, whatever. You know what I mean. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, my friends.